I am Essence, a participant of Hudson Guild's Teen Services, and this is HGPC Hudson Guild Podcast.
What's up? This is Marlon Wayans. You're watching HGPC. And I'm me. Well, pick a Wayans. I'm him. Y'all don't want this smoke. All day. 12-4.
It's time for us, right?
First time.
We pop up. That's what we do. We pop up.
You popped up. You popped into Hudson Guild Podcast. How is Manhattan treating you?
Manhattan's always good. It's always good.
Good. Because you're going to be in some rapid-fire questions, some tough but good quality things going on. Georgie, go ahead. Fire away.
So I'll start right into it. I know you was a running back, and I want to know from you on your input of the game now, like, I know it's not as physical, but do you think running backs are underappreciated now compared to when you played?
Well, I think that's a question that everybody's been asking, and then it's been brought a lot of attention been brought to that situation right now because of the pay to the running backs, and I think it's a undervalued position. I think when you look at the overall game, something that's the toughest, it tells you how tough it is to become a running back, because you think about the lifespan of a running back is shorter than anything else. So there's obviously this facts behind how tough it is to become a running back. So when you look at the position and you think about all the things that it entails, you have to receive the ball, you have to block, you have to run, you have to deal with every person on the defensive side of the ball consistently. That tells you that a running back has to do a lot and has a lot of value. Now, on the business side, there's injury, there's things that actually work against the running back from a business standpoint. So we have to find some type of happy medium, because right now when you're looking at it, you got somebody that has so much value, but the amount of time that you're able to be out there and the duration of your career, it's not working in a running back's favor. And so we have to find some way to make sure that running backs are compensated and they're not just overlooked, because every position has been compensated and they're actually getting taken care of.
And this is my question, because I know a lot of people that say, I want to go pro. I want to be in the NFL, I want to be in the NBA, but they don't know much about it because we don't really have nobody around us that went pro. I was going to say, like, your advice for athletes coming up on, just what to expect mentally, or just the work you got to put in, just some type of advice for them.
Well, I think as far as information, the information is out there, because right now, the world is wide open with all the different podcasts, YouTube. Everybody's pretty much giving their secrets. There's really not too many secrets out there, but it's more so, are you going to put in the work? Are you going to do what it takes? And that's what it really boils down to, because you see a lot of these kids, they're seeing people have success without doing the work, so they kind of lean towards that. But to ultimately give yourself a chance, you got to put in the work. You got to make sure that you study the greats. If you ask anybody that's great or that has played this game and did it for a long period of time, nobody took shortcuts. All the stories are consistent. Everybody works hard. Everybody works harder than everybody else around them. And I think their peers will always stand up and say, hey, this guy was one of the hardest workers that I ever been around. When you get in a room full of greatness, and those are the conversations you have, and those are the conversations that kind of make you feel good about what you've done. Because as a Hall of Famer, when you sit in the room with other Hall of Famers, the conversations run parallel. Everybody talk about how hard they work, how much they put into the game, how much they love the game. And nowadays, I think you get more people, they love the lifestyle, they love everything that comes with it, versus that hard work that it takes to actually become.
Yeah. That was great.
All my answers going to be good.
Well, so the first paychecks, I know people always think about family and stuff like that. For you, dealing with outside things with family, friends, and being the one to really come up, how did you handle that? Like however did you handle that, or advice for people that when you make it, everybody's going to look to you now?
Well, I think it's so many stories out there that you know it's happening, you know it's gonna come. Everybody comes in different disguises, but ultimately you have to understand, you know, what it took for you to get there. And if it took a lot of work for you to get there and for you to actually receive the funds, I think it should take twice as much work to actually for you to relieve or to remove the funds from your pocket. So if you just keep that little analogy right there, you're gonna be okay. You got, you know, because it takes years. You know, you think about it. You start playing ball organized in Florida. We probably start a little bit sooner than other states, but let's say you start at 8 years old. You know, from 8 all the way to your 20, 21, 22, when there's a chance to go to the pros. You know, you play for free, and you was able to play the game and love the game and enjoy the game, but you put a lot into it. Yeah. So there's no reason that you should do all that work, come into this financial situation that can actually take you to another level, take your family to another level, and then lose it all in a short period of time. You know, it's a thing that, like, even if I'm gambling somebody and it take me 2 hours to get it, it's gonna take them longer than 2 hours to get it back. You know, like, you gotta get it how you gave it, you know? So it's like, you gotta be willing to grind it out, and the people gotta be willing to grind with you and understand, look, it's not gonna be easy. We're gonna learn about this. We're gonna make sure that we take care of this because we only get one shot. You know, when that shot is over, you know, you really don't know what you're gonna do, so you gotta protect it.
And outside of football, I would ask, like, pretty much, like, who are you in a way where everybody looks at athletes like you're not even human in a way, where it's like, I just want to know, like, who are you to, you know, people or just to yourself, like, this is me?
No, I think everybody's different. It depends on your personality, depends on where you grew up, you know, your surroundings. You know, I've always kept family, friends close, and I've always been real with myself first. And I understand that, okay, you play this game and you get put in a different light, but at the end of the day, you know, you still just like everybody else. And so I've always tried to make sure I maintain who I am or who I've always been, not to discredit myself, because, you know, you have to give yourself some credit for, I guess, rising above. Yeah. So you gotta sit there and say, man, look, I'm a little bit different. But I don't have to treat somebody in a way that it's going to be disrespectful. But you have to still value yourself to make sure that, hey, you know, when you rocking and rolling, man, you valuable commodity. You know, you got to make sure that you take care of this precious cargo, because it could all be over. So you got to carry yourself a certain way. But ultimately, you know, you're going to be who you've always been.
Okay, great.
What's the hat mean?
Create the life. You know, create a life. That's it's my motto. It's my lifestyle, and it's something that, you know, I've always lived. You know, I was never given anything. Yeah. Everything I got, I had to earn it. And I believe if you want something, you got to create it. I see too many people sitting back waiting on somebody to give them something, or they're making excuses. Yeah. And I just put it in front of you. Say, look, man, if you want it, you got to create it. Everything was created, and I put together a program which I'll be bringing out probably early next year, and it's called Create the Life You Want to Live. You know, and it's a site that you can go to and check it out. But it's actually just, it's like you being a coach to so many people that may not have somebody ready to inspire, motivate, uplift people, and show them that they have the same opportunities as everybody else. And if they want something bad enough, they'll create it. And that's pretty much the basis of it. And so when I wake up and I put this hat on, or I put a shirt on, or even when I see the logo, you know, it just motivates me. It lets me know that, hey, there's nothing can stop me if I really want to do it. You know, I don't have to sit around and beg nobody. I don't have to wait on nobody. You know, if you want something, go and create it.
Yeah, that's good. That's needed nowadays. Yeah. My last question for me is, who was your role models growing up and why?
Role models, I think they come in spurts. You know, in life, you know, you go through so many different phases. And so in sports, you know, of course in sports, I played running back, and I've always liked Walter Payton. You know, he was one of the greatest running backs ever. But his style, the way he played, the way he carried himself, that was always big. But when it comes to role models, you know, I got role models from different walks of life. I don't care if it was somebody that was doing drugs, somebody that was dealing drugs. At some point in time, you get inspired by somebody on what to do, what not to do. And so I don't have just one or two people. There's been so many people along this journey that always motivates me, inspires me, give me a little insight on, how I can up my game, take my stuff to another level. So I wouldn't just restrict it to one or two people, and I'm still gathering role models, still to this day.
I got a couple of quick ones. Worst thing you ever ate, best thing you ever ate. Ate, not took a bite and spit it out. Like you had to eat it anyway.
I don't like, when I was younger, my mom used to make us eat liver. I used to hate that shit. I was like...
Even with bacon and onions?
Yeah, I could never get into it. That was like probably the worst thing, but my mom, she forced it. Like we had to do that. She made us eat part of the different food groups and doing all the things that, make you healthy but still give you a little variety. But that's something that I could never get into that. When I say best thing, it's seafood. I like seafood, I like good steaks. So, and then when you travel into places like New Orleans, you got a lot of, they got some good food over there. So I can't say just one thing. It depends on where I'm at. Yeah. Oh,
I had smoked oysters when I was down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. They got some good ones.
And the alligator.
Oh,
and alligator.
Are you in Florida?
I don't know. That was in New Orleans. But
Okay.
I do like Florida, but I was going to play mini golf. I'm not a very good golfer, but I could do mini golf.
Yeah. When you said mini, that kind of gave us insight.
Yeah. So I was about to go, and I see alligators in the ponds and around your
It depends on what part of Florida.
No, right,
Florida.
but there was only like chicken wire separating them from, and I was like, no, I'm not playing mini golf and getting attacked by an alligator.
Nah, they got you protected down there. They're not even worried.
Yeah.
Maybe about Walmart too. That's about Walmart.
Are you ready to do the promo?
Of course, let's do it.
You're gonna channel what I gave you. Slow down, right?
I gotta remember it.
How about we can do that part too? I'm gonna make this official. What do you think?
Hold up, what I'm saying? What am I saying?
It doesn't matter. It's show business.
I got you. No, what's the?
He needs to name it open. Hi, I'm Philip Galinsky, and this is HGPC, Hudson Guild Podcast. Something like that. It doesn't have to be that good.
I got you. I got it. You ready? Are you ready, camera?
Let's go. At 3,
Yeah. You ready?
2, damn it. 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up? This is The Edge, and this is HGPC, Hudson Guild Podcast, and you rocking with your boy.
He's a natural!
Let's go.
The Hudson Guild is really important for the teens in this community because it's an outlet for them. After they get out of school, they can hang out, they can learn a new skill. We are just trying to give them a springboard to different avenues and programs that they may not necessarily thought that they could do or were even around.